Page 16, Somewhere My Love. It's theme from a movie. 3/4 time, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. Make sure you can do the scale for G major, 1 octave up and down. It's kind of important. I have a scale video on G major scale. Do the 1 octave part. Let's take it one hand at a time. Make sure we got the finger. We're moving around a bit. The rhythm isn't a problem. Bunch of quarter notes and half notes and dotted half notes. 1, reach up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're just going to come up and slide off. That takes a little practice. Try and get them down at the same time. I don't, but maybe you can. Just slide off. Connect them. Don't go. Slide off. Try and slide off. That's a little harder, but you need to develop it, so I'm encouraging you to, I'm challenging you. And then measure 5, go on. Cross over. And then going on. Don't forget the F sharp, it's in the key signature. Measure 13. I suggest, if you can, do a 2/5. If your hands are too small, then you'll have to come up. But if you can, if you're going to do that, then do a 4. Can you do that? Can you connect those? I would prefer to connect it all. If your hands are big enough, you connect it all. If not, you can do that if you have to. Measure 17, thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, now that's tied, and then I had a problem here because we're out of position. On measure 22, you got to come down. No. So on measure 20, on the here, instead of 4, put 5 on that and change your position. So now we're here. So I just squeezed up a little bit here. Now I can come down to 1, 3. I can connect this here. And that's what I want to do. That's melody. So I go here, lift up and come down, hold that down. If you can, try that. It's a little more advanced stuff. This isn't the easiest music to play anyway, so why not? Make it harder. Going on. Then F natural. And then now you can just lift up. There's a more advanced fingering that'll get us through there, and we can connect everything if we want, but we're going to go ahead and simplify it a little bit and let the pedal help us out here. So there's a measure 27. Well, on measure 25, use thumb on that. 2, and then 3. 3, you got a 4, and then use 3. Use scratch up and use 2. So we're here. We're back to what they want. Can you do that? It's a little trickier, but it'll come in handy if you can get the hang of it. And then for the F sharp C 2/5, that's fine. And that sends you back to the beginning. You lift up. Left hand, well broken chords. 1, 2, 3, rest, rest, rest. Cross over. You don't have to cross over if you don't want to. If you want, you can play that with second finger. Just keep the second finger on that D. I'll leave that up to you and your teachers, which fingering you use. Measure 17, broken C chord. Measure 23, you're down here, back to the 4/1. This is measure 29. 3, 1, 2. Put the hands together once you've worked them out separately and see. Now again, when you're first working the hands out, one at a time, you're getting the fingering and things working that'll sort of work for you. And when you go to put the hands together, it's a whole new adventure. So you can hesitate all you need to. Don't worry too much about the rhythm right now. We're just trying to get the hands to work together. So at the beginning, you're here. Then we're okay. Not too hard here. and here, and here, and here, and here. So work on that. You notice at the bottom there, page 16, on measures 15 and 16 here in the left hand. They have here 2-1, the top two numbers, 2-1, and then they have on repeat and then print 3 and 4. After you've repeated it and you're going to go on, they're saying use 3, 4. This way you're set up for the 5 here going on. So they're changing the fingering depending on whether you're repeating or going on. You put the hands together, you can do that. Then once you got that worked out, you go back and get rid of the hesitations. So it's a steady beat. It can be slow. But it has to be a steady beat. No hesitations, don't speed up or slow down anywhere. It's a steady beat. And then we can add in the, well, there's no real articulation showing, they're just slurring this. Lift up the phrasing. Lift up, lift up. So between the left hand, you keep it as connected as you can. You can't with repeated notes. Do what you can. Just connect the left hand as best you can. Then for the dynamics, they go to the melody, moderately soft, whatever you think moderately soft. Keep the left hand very soft. When you get to the top of page 17, measure 17, oh, 17. You're moderately loud here, and the left hand's soft. They come down, measure 23. The left hand goes down to really soft. Now you're soft in the right hand and very soft in the left hand. Come back up to moderately loud. And then come down. This moderately soft, back down to moderate to very soft. And then you're back to the beginning. That's sort of the dynamics. At the end, you're going to slow down a little bit and get softer. 2, 3, and that last note has an AV8 under it, so you go down. If you have the note. If you don't have the note, you stay where you are. Depends on how big your keyboard is. Speed, this is a very nice waltz. And it's... The whole thing is about the same speed. Just a gentle 1, 2, 3, 1. Think of people waltz into this. Now, after all that, we add the pedal. Connects things, it gives us overtones. That's why, remember, if we're going to use pedal, there has to be a reason for using it. Otherwise, don't use it. And in this, yes, it's very dry and very blah. So we're going to add overtones to give it color. And we want to connect some of this, but I disagree with their pedaling here, so let's talk about it. If I pedal it the way they're showing, this is what it sounds like. If that's okay with you, go with it. It's not too bad, but I would suggest maybe we try a kind of a waltz style pedaling. There's a couple different ones. The one I'm going to suggest is we simply reinforce the first beat of the measure because we want to feel that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So we're simply going to pedal the first beat of the measure to reinforce it. Just this. That's one way of doing it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The other kind of pedaling would be the pedal the first 2 beats and lift up on the third here. That's a bit much. So to keep it simple, if you want to leave what they're doing in the book is okay, but I would prefer at least change the pedal on each measure this way. So we lose this sound when we do this. There's rest in the left hand. I don't want any sound coming from there. So just change the pedal. And change it. And again, yeah, you don't really have to pedal measure 4. It's kind of nice to have that chuck chuck occasionally. And I agree, don't pedal measure 6, that would blur it up. Don't pedal measure 10. But then when you get to measure 17, this is contrast. Now we're going to pedal everything here for it. So yeah, connect this right hand, because measure 29 you're not pedaling it. And lift it up there at the end of the third line here, so you go back to the beginning. That's pretty much the pedaling through it. It works okay. Now as far as where do you go when, I call a road map. You have a repeat sign at the bottom of page 16. That sends you back to the beginning to do all of that again. We got 3 sets of words, so you know you're going to play this page 3 times, or at least most of it. Now on page 17 at the end of the third line there's a DC all coda. Well, the DC sends you back to the beginning, and that's the third time. That's for the third set of words. The coda sign is at the end of the third line on page 16, the circle with the crosshairs. They put in the word to coda. They don't need the words. The sign will tell you. You jump immediately from that point over to the coda on page 17 at the bottom, and you finish it up there. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'll try and pedal it as I suggested, which is very close to what they're doing actually. I'll give us 3 counts. We're going to do the repeat and the DC and everything, just like it's written. 1, ready, go. 2. 2. 3. beginning. To the coda. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Off.